What a campaign, bro. Um, so like, I'm still standing. We've been standing a lot. We're standing again.
Wanna free my mind, wanna be outside.
It was. I just finished the Invincible versus campaign. I mean, I finished it a couple days ago, but like, we technically just finished it. Okay, so like, it's still in my head. Great campaign. I love the story. I think they are gonna do episodes, which is why it was so short. It was a very short campaign, and I think a bunch of you guys agree. It was very short, but it was great. And I must say, if they are doing episodes with the new characters to like introduce them into the lore, I'm excited because I had I had a fun time watching most of the cutscenes. The gameplay. I'm not a huge fan of fighting games. You guys know my style. I'm more of a Fortnite player. So like those Mortal Kombat type games, like Invincible versus is, I'm not really into that. So that's the only part I was a little iffy on it because I'm not used to those fighting games. But I still had a lot of fun. It was still very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. I'm gonna sit down. You guys are coming down with me, I guess. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of the campaign. It was great. I had a blast. The story, the choreography, the fight scenes were great. Like, the cutscenes were amazing. They were very well animated. I like was iffy on the animation. Very, very well done. I played it on easy mode. I'm not trying to do all that because I'm new to those type of games. I'm not trying to do all that. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the way that they progress the story, making it make sense why. I know like fighting games, they don't have to have a story to where it makes sense why they're fighting each other, but this one they decided to, and it works very well. I might be getting to some spoilers in the next little bit, so yeah, if you haven't played the game and you're going to in the future, just click off the video, like it, check mark it, or like save it so then you can come back to it. But man, it was a good storyline, and the cliffhanger definitely setting up more episodes. I'm very excited for that. I think they're gonna do one every season. For season one, they're doing Immortal and Universa, I think is her name. They're coming out very soon, beginning of summer, I think, and I believe they're gonna add another episode for that. Season two is leaked to be Angstrom Levy. They're probably gonna do another episode with that. They have a lot of characters that just leaked, actually. Like, except Thrag isn't one of them. For some reason, Thrag is not all of them. Oliver's one of them. Yeah, Oliver's gonna be good. They have so many Viltrumites, bro. Yeah. So the story, you start out fighting Nolan, fighting Omni-Man, kind of like season one, like except this time Nolan is in his Viltrumite suit, and even Mark is like, what's going on? Like, something's not right. Kind of hallucinating a bit. That's the whole theme of it, is these guys are making him hallucinate and see these things. So, like, the hallucination starts glitching out. It glitches Invincible's suit. His suit turns from his normal yellow and blue to the black and blue. And then cuts to Monster Girl versus Titan. We go through that whole fight. And then it cuts to Invincible and Robot versus Conquest and Anissa, and that's when they start figuring stuff out. Robot is saying like, shouldn't they be stronger? They're getting whooped by these Viltrumites, but they're not really getting hurt. And so Mark tests it, like he's like, Conquest, come beat me. And Conquest punches him, it does nothing. And Conquest is like one of the strongest Viltrumites, so he's finally like, okay, yeah, something's wrong. Turns out they had chips in their neck that made them hallucinate. Mark, Invincible, he's the first one to figure it out and like to stop it. He stops it, starts getting everyone else out, and then they're in like this huge arena area. They don't know what to do. They accidentally open up a part of the wall, and they find everyone else. Everyone trapped. He has to fight Eve. That's a cool fight. And then you get to the part where they're all talking, trying to figure out what's happening, and then Cecil, I guess, is not actually Cecil. It's one of the technicians, and the technicians are who are controlling this whole hallucination. So they like start a big fight with them, and that fight, oh my gosh, it's very good. It had the technicians turned into Viltrumites like with the hallucinations, and it was a very good fight. A lot going on in the fight, a lot of like cutting to fight scenes, and then you have to play. I did kind of think it was getting really repetitive at the end. I think every 20 seconds you were in another gameplay section. I kind of just want to sit and watch the cinematic, and then it ends with them escaping into the real world and finding out the technicians were just using them as a distraction to take over Earth, and they took over Earth, and that's where the cliffhanger left off. I thought it was great. I loved the storyline. The fight scenes were great. Gameplay, I'm a little iffy on them. I'm bad at that type of game. It's not my style of game. I still enjoyed it for the most part. Again, it got really repetitive, but that's how all fighting games are. But like everything about the campaign was great. I think the original story they did, I I think it's great. It is kind of weird how Anissa and Lucan kind of just teamed up with Mark and like everyone without hesitation. I mean, obviously they did. They were like, what did these humans do to us? Like, start fighting a bit, but they just kind of teamed up, and I think they're still kind of teamed up. Yeah, I don't really know how they're gonna introduce, since like they have everyone in the game stuck in those pods and they're hallucinating. That's why they're fighting each other. That's like the main lore of the game. But they didn't have Omni-Man wasn't in one of the pods, and Conquest wasn't in one of the pods, and Cecil, the real Cecil, was not in the pods. But I don't think they're gonna do the pods anymore. That was like episode 1 type thing. I want to see where they go with episode 2. I want to see what they do with these characters. I'm a huge Invincible fan, so I'm very happy with how this turned out. Yeah, I'm mostly talking about the story today. The story's great. I really did enjoy it. I'm very excited for episode 2. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Another short video, I know, but gotta get it done, Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.